Trey. So today's question is, what are 5 ways, I guess 5 steps to get a six-pack? Now, as you know, I'm pretty big into the gym. I have been trying to figure this out for the longest, and it took me I'm 23 now. I really figured this out at like 20, 21, kind of like what to do. I've always wanted a six-pack but wasn't able to get it. And once I turned 21 and kind of started to lock in a little bit more, at that time I had my own space so I can control a lot of other variables around me. I was able to achieve said goal. I'll put a picture up somewhere on the screen so people can see kind of like how I look. So I'm somewhat credible. Currently during this season, I'm on some bulking season, so I kind of bulked up to try to gain some weight. But then now, frankly, the steps I'm about to give are essentially the steps I'm going to take in order to get a six-pack. So I figured I'd kind of share with people. I've done this before. It's worked for me. I would feel like it could work for others as well.
Oh, okay. Also, summer's coming around, too. So
type shit. You know what I'm saying? Beach body type shit. You know what I'm saying? You trying to look good for the ladies, you know what I mean? Okay. But step number 1, I think, is the most important step is nutrition.
Oh, so we're starting off with
that's the most important.
The most important
thing, yeah.
Let's take notes.
Without a doubt, is nutrition.
Okay, nutrition.
You need it, and specifically about nutrition is track your calories.
I always heard about this.
Bruh, it's tedious. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, it's tedious.
Yeah, it's like counting calories and all that
because
stuff.
you have to literally calculate calories for every single thing you eat. You have to eat serving sizes. You have to actually kind of like measure out
Pay
like a cup of this.
What's on the box.
Exactly. Like you actually have to be very conscious about it.
Some people might have to actually go out there and buy the little cups.
Type shit like measuring cups and stuff like that.
Yeah, so it might cost you money.
But tracking calories is like a huge thing.
It's important.
And it's really easy if you track calories and eat the correct amount of calories every day. It's so much easier to lose weight, you know, compared to kind of just like guessing and like eating this and then eating that and all the other stuff. It just doesn't really work that way.
Yeah, guesstimating it.
It never works because people always look at something, they'll eat it and be like, oh, that's probably 100 calories. Little do you know that's like 200 calories. You're eating much more than what you think. Kind of go back to the whole Oreo thing. People are like, oh, a couple Oreos wouldn't be bad. 2 Oreos is 160 calories already. Yeah. Like 20-something grams of carbs.
And no one's just eating 2.
No one's ever eaten 2. Yeah. So, like, yeah, that's cool, but you could have ate.
Usually
so
people
what,
eat
4? So that
half a sleeve, a whole sleeve maybe.
4 cookies, I'm 300 deep?
Yeah.
That's wild. For 4 cookies, I'm 300 calories deep.
Sometimes it's the smallest things that have the most calories.
Calories. So that's why if you track your calories, and there are many ways, you go on the internet to calorie calculator, you put in all the stuff, you can figure out exactly how many calories you need to eat. That's free. MyFitnessPal, another free app that tracks all your calories that you could just put all your food into there. It's a little bit easier if you eat the same thing every day. A lot of people don't want to be monotonous, which I understand.
Yeah, they want variety.
But you just gotta be more
regimented on yourself.
Yeah, like if you want variety, that's perfectly cool, but you just got to make sure you log everything to make sure you're eating everything you're supposed to eat compared to kind of what I do.
Like you can have variety, but make sure that variety is
type shit. It has to be
the parameters of what you have.
And you have to make sure you continue to track.
Yeah.
What I usually do is I just track it one time and then I just eat the same shit for months.
Yeah, you don't mind the...
I don't mind the monotonous. With me it's a little different too because I don't like cooking. Yeah. So like now I gotta cook this whole different meal and bro. Yeah. It's just easier for me to eat the same shit to get where I wanna.
See, it's gonna be when I finally do that. It is gonna be tough for me because I don't mind cooking. Yeah. I don't like it, but I don't mind it. But I don't like eating the same thing over and over and over. I don't like doing anything over and over and over again. So after a while, like I'm gonna want to change it up. So I'm gonna have to. Like,
you just gotta track it.
Just track it.
You can't change it. You just gotta track it. Because even when I was living over on Whitney Street or whatever, I was eating different things. I wasn't always eating the same things every time. It wasn't until a little bit like once I was into it a little bit more and I kind of went like I did like carnival-esque, which I'll kind of get into a little bit later. That's when I was eating the same things every single day. But before that, I would do a little, quesadilla here and there, try this, try that, make some like stewed chicken, like actually cook. But after a while, I was like, bruh, fuck that. It just takes too much time. Like, I don't feel like cleaning the chicken and now cooking it.
It does take a lot of time.
But tracking your calories is a huge thing. Knowing exactly how many calories you need to eat to get to kind of get in your goal weight. Also, you have to be on a caloric deficit, which means you need to eat less calories than you're burning. That's the only way. Everyone already has abs. Everyone literally already has a six pack. It's just over. There's just a layer of fat over.
It's in your body.
Everyone has it. Yeah. There's just a layer of
which
fat.
makes it even more sad that there are more millionaires than people.
People, yeah, abs, exactly, bro. Because it's hard. It's hard to get abs, bro. Yeah. But if you track your calories, you'll be able to.
You think it'd be hard to make $1 million?
Huh?
You think you'd think it would be harder to make $1 million?
Yeah, facts. I can get a six pack, but I'm trying to get $1 million. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Someone teach me. Number two, because you are in a caloric deficit, I think it's very important to drink a lot of water. You are going to be hungry.
Would you suggest a gallon around this time? Like,
I would definitely. A lot of it too is just because you're going to be hungry. Yeah. And because of that, like if you just drink a shit ton of water, it kind of fills up your stomach a little bit, so you feel a little full. So you might not necessarily want to eat, but because you are going to be inevitably eating less than what you're normally used to, since you're tracking your calories now, you're going to have times where like, yo, I'm hungry now. I'm craving this now.
I will say,
I want to eat.
Coming off of that, I was actually just gonna say like I've had times where I was so hungry in the past, even with the water. Like I feel like the water kind of just like passed through my system. It didn't do anything.
Oh yeah, it happens to me all the time.
Didn't fill me, or it just meant nothing.
Oh yeah,
like I just drank it and it left.
And then listen, it's not gonna work every single time, but it does help. Me personally, I also chew a shit ton of gum.
Yeah, I think
that kind of curbs my hunger a little bit. Yeah. Especially when I'm cutting, bro.
Of course, none of them are permanent fixes.
Bro, I'm going through 4 or 5 sticks a day. Yeah. Just chewing gum. Like that shit a drug, bro.
Like you're like getting packs.
Type shit in the fact, man. Like I'm a chain cigarette smoker. I'm just pop. I bought a big bitch, a 35 pack, because I know I'm finna go through it. But that helps. But drinking a lot of water helps. And it's always good to just like stay hydrated, keep you flushed, making sure everything's all right in that regard. Step number 3 would be weigh yourself regularly. This way you can kind of track your progress.
When will you do that? In the morning or before you go to sleep?
Ideally in the morning. Like first thing in the morning, like wake up, take a piss, and then weigh yourself. Don't eat nothing. Because by that point, you've done been fasted for probably at least 8 hours, 7 hours, or whatever. So now you're kind of closest to your natural body weight at that time period. So I would weigh yourself first thing in the morning. This way you continue to track your progress, continue to see what you're doing. Now, if you then already calculated your calories to a certain extent, and now you're weighing yourself every day, and like you realize you're now gaining weight, then something went off. You should be losing weight because that's the only way your abs are going to show. You have to lose that fat over it. So just make sure that you're losing weight, that you're staying on track. So it's just very important just to stay conscious of how much you weigh and to see your progress. Number 4 would be stay away from juice and soda. That shit has so many calories in it, and you really just don't.
But it's so good, though.
I understand that. There's a lot of things that are good, but it ain't good for me.
Does orange juice count?
Yeah, that's I said juice. It's in the name, bro. Orange juice. Yeah, so stay away from that. There's a lot of calories in it. There's a lot of calories. And, like, the chances that people are just going to drink one glass.
What was, like, one glass a day?
Yeah, but, bro, if you go look on the thing, one glass is 100 and something calories. And looking at probably 29.
One glass of breakfast.
Like 29 grams of sugar, right? No, 29 grams of carbs. I guess what I'm saying is instead of eating juice, just try to substitute it with like a healthy food. Because you just drink 160, you just drink 100 calories of orange juice, right? Are you full at all? Do you feel satisfied?
No, I wouldn't be. If I'm just having that by itself, I don't think I'd be full. But if I was eating breakfast and I had that with me, then I think, yeah.
Yeah, but I would just say because of that, you're kind of wasting calories because now you're tracking your calories. So now that 100 that you used to drink a glass of orange juice, when you're hungry late at night, you can use that to eat like a yogurt or something like that to kind of hold you over through the night. But now you done already wasted that 100 calories on a fucking glass of juice, and now your ass got to go to bed hungry. So it's kind of just like making your calories work for you. Now, if you really truly want to, then sure, you could probably work in a glass of orange juice within your macros, of course. But just be very weary of it because that shit adds up. Because then you're drinking juice. Also, a lot of people don't even measure the juice. They just pour a glass of juice. Now you're drinking 2-3 cups. Some people might only drink 1. You can drink 2 or 3. You'll be like, okay, cool. Yeah. But then later on, still eat a certain type of food or whatever and think you're with them.
Some cups they have are quite large.
That's what I'm saying. So it's just easier if you stay away because it's just added calories and it's just not. If you're cutting, you want to eat your calories because you're going to be hungry. It makes no sense to drink your calories. And that's kind of what soda is. That's what juice is. That's what alcohol is. That's what coffee is with all of these sugar and cream and all that other shit. You're just drinking calories.
Is that
Even
calories?
energy drinks. Yeah, even this. I'm drinking calories. Now, this is only 10 calories. So, okay, that's why I fuck with this energy drink because it's only 10 calories. A Red Bull is 160 calories.
Do you also, with that, portion it out as well?
What do you mean? I get the packets. So just one packet is a serving.
Yeah, okay.
So I understand, like, okay, this is 10 calories. I could work that in. It's also easier to work in 10 calories than 100.
True. Yeah, that makes sense.
You know? So, yeah, stay away from that. And then lastly, number 5.
Last one.
You got to work out hard. I think that's huge.
What exercises at the gym would you suggest? Just doing sit-ups the entire time?
So now you actually don't even need to do abs to get abs.
Can you do cardio, running?
Yeah, you can. I think you could do whatever. You can really do whatever your little heart desires. I'm big into.
I don't think you could do whatever. You can't just do chest the entire time. I think your abs going to eventually come in.
Well, your abs, bro. The only reason why your abs come in is your nutrition. You don't got to work out to get abs. That's why working out is number 5.
Oh.
You need to burn more calories. You need to burn more calories than you eat. You can kind of now. Obviously, working out will help you burn that calories. But let's say if you don't work out, but you eat only 1,000 calories a day, not saying that's safe, not saying that's what you should do, you would eventually start to lose weight. You know what I'm saying? But working out, you could do cardio because you are here burning. I like strength training. Also, there's a study. I don't know much about the study, but I saw this from like Mind Pump Podcast, which is quite a popular podcast in the fitness community. Essentially, like you burn more calories doing strength training than you do with cardio.
Oh, really?
So, like, I would suggest strength training. Not everyone wants to be jacked. Not everyone wants to build muscle. Fine. Some people just kind of want to run or whatever the fuck they want to do. That's why I say you could damn near do anything. But I do think if you are going to work out hard. Makes no sense to go to the gym and, like, just
half-ass
bullshit
it.
Yeah, like, if you're going to be there, you might as well just put in the work. I think also just working out just helps you build discipline. But in this case, if you're trying to get abs, you're already thinking that way. Now, you don't need to do abs to get abs. But what doing abs does, other than just strengthening your core, if you are treating abs like you treat any other muscle, like chest or back, where you're progressively going higher and higher and higher, your abs are going to develop and become muscular, stronger. Just like as you go up with bench, over time your chest starts to grow, your arms start to grow as you go up in curls and all that other stuff. The same happened with your abs. So the benefit is you can work out your abs, and your abs might be a little bit more visible with higher, when you have a little bit of higher body fat percentage on you, because you done built that muscle, and that muscle is kind of protruding to the front. Now, if you have a shit ton of fat over it, it's not going to work. You still have to have a certain amount of body fat on you for it to show. But doing abs can kind of help with that. And I've also noticed me, because we train abs, I can have a little bit more body fat percentage in my abs will definitely still show. They might not be as defined as if I kept dropping weight, but you can still, like, with my shirt off, like, oh, okay, like
It just
this
helps define it more if you were to work out.
Exactly, and it helps define it. I think it helps define it more if you kind of use it, and you're continually, like, working out. You're gonna eventually just build the muscle, and then if you drop down to quite a low body fat percentage, you're gonna look fucking
because you are correct in saying you don't really technically need to work out to get it.
Nah, it's all diet.
I never.
And that's why it's
out.
number one. It's all diet.
I never worked out in the past. Before, frankly, I met you. However, I did have abs, and it's literally just because when I was a soccer player, so I ran a shit ton. But I didn't, as you said, eat more than
bro.
or burn more than I was eating.
Yeah.
So, like all throughout my childhood.
And crazy enough, when I first got abs, I didn't do abs. I just tracked. All I did was just track the calories.
Yeah.
I didn't do abs. I tracked my calories. I drank a fucking gallon of water a day. I weighed myself every single day. I didn't drink juice. I didn't drink soda. And if I did, it was very, very rarely. I worked out hard, but I never worked out my abs. Yeah. I did everything else but abs, and I got abs. I only started to do abs mainly just to strengthen my core, and I'm like, okay, it's probably smart to have a strong core.
Yeah.
While doing that, also doing other research, I just noticed in myself, one, my abs are just, I've noticed they're just stronger. They are bigger, just the muscles themselves. And I can have a little bit more body fat percentage. And you could look at me and be like, oh, okay, he has abs. So I was like, fuck it, bro. I'm going to keep doing abs. Because then now when I become really shredded, my shits are going to be, you know what I'm saying?
Nope.
So those are the 5 steps. I do have a little bonus one.
Bonus 6 step.
Yeah, facts. I'm not sure if people are really even going to do this. It's kind of difficult, but if you have the discipline, it's really cool.
It's like if you want to.
Yeah. If you cut out carbs, bro, you will become shredded as fuck very fast. Now, it'll be hard. You're going to have crazy cravings, especially if you're used to eating carbs and all that other stuff. You're going to have crazy cravings. And your bowel movements might be a little fucked up for a little bit, but then eventually you'll get better. But, bruh, the amount of water that your body retains, like you essentially won't be retaining that. You will lose water weight. You will lose fat. You will be fucking shredded. Yeah. And I did that too when I was like 21 or whatever. I was eating very little bit amounts of carbs, mainly just like protein, fats, damn near keto.
Yeah.
With a very small minimal amount of carbs, and I was eating a decent amount of fruit, which fruit is good for you.
Yeah.
And bro, I was probably the most shredded then that I've probably ever been.
So would you suggest it for people who want to try it out?
I would, but it's hard.
Rough though.
It's hard. Like I wouldn't.
It's for the determined.
Yeah.
It's for people who.
And
really
I wouldn't say start with that. I think if you're trying to get a 6-pack, just track your calories, drink water, weigh yourself, stay away from juice, work out hard. I wouldn't even suggest going into cutting out carbs completely until you're
like advanced
a little bit.
Yeah, you've done.
I wouldn't start because you will quit. Because I was doing it for a minute, then I started it, and crazy enough, at first I did no carbs, and it was like fucking me up bad. And I was like, okay, some got to give. So then I started implementing like I think a cup of oats a day, and that cup of oats kind of helped me get through it. So it's hard. It's definitely not for the faint of heart, but like if you do stay with it, you're gonna get shredded. You're gonna notice you're gonna drop weight like this. Like I dropped weight like this, and I was cut the fuck up. So that's what I would say. So those are the 5 steps plus a little bonus 6 steps for those who want to get a 6-pack.
Yeah.
Especially with summer coming up and shit like that.
Possibly use those.
Facts.
Not too shabby.
It's not bad. Not bad for a rookie, right?
Yeah.